Hi, everybody. It's Colette Baron Reed. I'm so excited. We are launching my free FREE Vision Board Challenge. I so hope that you're going to come and join us. It's going to be so much fun. Do you know that I have done a vision board every single year except last year? I wonder why I didn't do it last year, but anyway, Mark and I do them together. I've done one a year since 1987. That's how obsessed I am about vision boards. And they work, and I love them, and I hope you're going to join me because we're going to do something a little bit different about how we work with the vision board. And I hope to see you. Now, let's talk about this week's energy forecast. You are going to choose one of these stones. Which one draws you to them? Are you going to pick rose quartz? That's card number 1. Card 2 is chrysocolla. 3 is selenite. 4 is pyrite. 5 is black tourmaline. And 6 is aqua aura. Which stone calls you? Once you pick the stone, that's going to be your extra card for the week before I tell you the entire spread, which is really going to be talking to us about the energy forecast, like a weather report of everything that we might consider that's going to be impacting us this week and what we could do about it. Okay? So we're going to start with card number 1. That's going to be our anchor card, and it's the fates. So this particular card tells all of us right now that we have to practice the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So this card reminds all of us there are certain things beyond our control, in immediate control, okay? So things that we have to surrender to. Life on life's terms. I believe that we co-create our reality within the section between two pillars of truth. 1, I co-create my own reality in conjunction with spirit, in partnership with spirit. And 2, I also need to surrender to life on life's terms because the collective agreement will sometimes override my personal desire to get things off the ground in the short space that I think I have. So it's sort of like in this case now saying, okay, what can we do? So we know what we can't. We have to say, okay, I know I can't control that, but I can put my focus on things that I have influence over, and that is my best use of my energy and my time. And let's learn a little bit more about what card number 2 tells us about card number 1. Okay, here we go. Go the distance. Okay, so in the short term, we might be looking at quick fixes in the short term. This is suggesting to us that it is at the long haul. It's the long term. We're in this for the long ride. My husband always says to me, we're in for the marathon, not for the sprint. When it comes to, getting things off the ground, and we look long term ahead, like what's going to best serve our community long term, not just the short term stuff. And this is saying too that although there may be things in your life that you feel frustrated about, or you have to surrender to because you can't have any influence over it, you can trust that if you take small steps and go the distance in the marathon, you are going to discover that more than what your desires could be will show up in the appropriate form that matches your frequency, your energy, your vibration, your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that are consistent over the long haul. And the actions as well. So what you do is also going to be important because this is a doing card. Now let's learn a little bit more about that. This is the selenite. This is card number 3. All that glitters, there you go. So you don't want Band-Aids right now. This is the other thing. So the quick fix, remember I mentioned that for card number 2, I just intuitively knew, I didn't know what the card was. So all that glitters reminds us that the quick fix is not always the answer. Like you want to just get out of where you are. It's like the idea of bypassing something. We do a lot of work around a meditation that I'm sure you know called Get On Your Bird. That gives you a temporary reprieve so you get a better perspective, but it doesn't remove you totally from whatever is going on. It puts it in perspective. And so this says, while doing something like that will work, while distancing to get a temporary temporary view is good. You don't want to slap a quick fix Band-Aid on it. This is something, right now you're in a transition that you're committing to for a long time. This is not like I'm going to virtue signal, I'm all good now, and just like, and then you think it's all good. It's not. So this is saying, okay, I know what I can't do, but I do know what I can do. I can make small changes here. As long as I know I'm going the distance, I'm not going to worry about, am I going to get what I want? That's not the point here at all, especially not in 2021. This is much more about your contribution. And so also to remember that if you're in it for the long haul, you want to go deep. You want to go a little deeper, but not so deep you're going to drown, okay? So you just don't want to stay at the surface of things because you really won't make that big of a difference if you're just looking for quick fixes or going from 0 to 100 and forgetting to do the work in between, which many of us have seen in the past little while. Now, let's take a look at card number 4, which is Pyrite. I love my Pyrite globe. And that's Treasure Island. Isn't that fantastic? So we know we're heading to this. Now, what does Treasure Island actually mean? It does not talk about material success in terms of how do I put this? When we use the term manifesting, we typically think that we're accumulating stuff. But this says we are going to feel great value. This is about value. This is about not looking at the surface of all that glitters. While there could be success that's material, that's not the point here. The point here is that there's a sense that there's a much more universal viewpoint here where we are all benefiting. It's an all. So if we're going deep, if we're going the distance, if we're recognizing what we can and cannot change, and we're saying, hey, if I keep doing this, there's going to be a real understanding that I continuously create and discover treasure as I move deeper and I stay longer, right? I move deeper and I stay longer. Okay, so whatever that is. Now, it does show, these are successful cards, by the way, too. They're saying, hey, I'm just going to keep doing this. So don't worry if things don't get off the ground in the short term or if you've had some detours. Everybody has. Now it's like one small step ahead. Each day, a new beginning. And here we go. Now, this is black tourmaline, and that's yin. Interesting, we have a whole tourmaline grid set up around our house, etc. I love this crystal. And it's interesting because the way to protect is yin. So this is conscious receptivity. This is not I'm just going to let them do whatever. This is about, being receptive, consciously making a choice. This is an action. This is not a card of non-action. Even though it is suggesting non-action, it is the action of non-action. You must decide this. So here it says, I will be receptive. I'm going to be in deep listening to everybody else too and make these decisions for the highest good as I receive my epiphanies and my inspirations from the divine, as well as listening to others and understanding what is the pulse of my community, what is the pulse of my family. Keep your finger on the pulse of truth, of reality, and you are going to see this outpicturing of beauty and joy and success that is something that we're redefining right now. This is good. Okay, now let's take a look. This is Aqua Aura, the last but not least card. Soulmates, you don't do it by yourself. This is about your friends, your loved ones, people that you trust, people that you really know. This is a person you can be vulnerable with. And with yin being that way too, I love the two cards together because it really is saying their great treasure is in our vulnerability and our ability to be kind and loving to others. And the soulmates card here is, can you be someone else's soulmate? Can you be when we look at unity and diversity, for example, as a concept, that's when we look across the aisle and we see the other as the same as us, even if they are different. And so this soulmates vibe is definitely about the smaller world, like who can you rely on? Who can you go to for help? Who can who do you have in your small circle that is going to be there for you and you can be there for them? But also, can you be in a more general way? Can you bring the soulmate energy to the world and treat others as you would love to be treated yourself? I've heard that somewhere. I'm sure we have. So let me just give you a quick summary of the week. It's a beautiful week to surrender, to really get what we know we can't control. It is also a beautiful week for us to practice the serenity prayer and know that there is something we can do. reminding that we have to go the distance, going deep, not looking for superficial fixes, readdressing our concept of what, and I always talk about compassionate prosperity. Treasure Island talks about that, success. What do we define as success this year, this week specifically, remembering that we have to listen. There's a sense of deep listening to our community, our family, our loved ones, being able to be open to spirit as well, because that's the partnership it mentions in the first card, fates, and remembering we're not doing a sprint, we're in it for the marathon, and know that you don't have to do any of this alone. So this is our weekly spread. Perfect if you're going to be joining me. Remember, it's free, my vision board challenge. We're going to have some fun together. Okay, so that's it, and I hope to see you there, and I will see you for sure next week. You take care. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Just click on that little button and a bell will come up, and click on the bell and you'll get a notification every time one of these videos is up. Leave a comment. We love to read them. Mwah. Take care.